Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Dale Wingo in Wingo World, talking seafood processing. I am actually in Las Vegas, back home for a 2 week vacation. We just finished up uh, pollock season on the 14th or 15th of April, and the company was going to give us a week off at the end of the month, so I decided to take 2 weeks off and come home for some rest, sleep in my own bed, see a couple of doctors, and heal up a little bit. So I'm back in Vegas right now. I'm scheduled to go back to Alaska on the 30th of April. So why am I telling you all this? Because I paid for this myself. So I want you to know the expenses that you're going to incur when you go there. All right. So some of you who've been in the business for a while remember when recruiters used to talk to you over the phone, or they come to your city and they tell you, all you got to do is get to Seattle and we'll get you the rest of the way. Get to Oregon and we'll get you the rest of the way. Get to somewhere in Washington, we'll get you the rest of the way. Come to our corporate headquarters, we'll fly you to your work site in Alaska. Well, that's how it used to be. And some places may still do it that way. The company I'm with and most of the companies that I know other people go to, they actually fly you now directly from your home city or your closest airport to your home city to your work site in Alaska. So you don't have to pay for your flight there. And if you finish your contract, they pay for your flight back to wherever you've flown from. Now, when do you pay for your flight back? You pay for your flight back if you go on vacation like I did. You pay for your flight back if you quit before your contract's over. Some companies have you pay for your flight back if you get fired. Our company, the company I'm with, if you get fired, they pay for your flight back, largely because they don't want you hanging around, right? So the gray area is what is fired and what is quit. If you no call, no show, you get a write up, right? Or verbal. You no call, no show again, you get a write up. You no call, no show a third time, you're fired. But some companies or HR might determine that as you abandoning your job. So you quit. So when you're trying to determine leaving early versus getting fired, you really need to talk to your HR people and say, first of all, at what are the parameters in which you would fly me back? End of contract, firing or quitting, what parameters do you fly me back? And what parameters do I fly myself back? You want to find that out, because if you think you're getting fired and they say you abandon your job, now you got to pay your way back. Or if they don't pay your way back, whether you're fired or not, you need to know that as well. Because if you've been out partying, drinking, carousing, spending money and Amazon and Walmart and all that stuff, and then you realize, I lost my job, or I'm leaving, or I got to go home for whatever reason, and you don't have the loot, you're going to be stranded on the island. All right, so find out quitting versus being let go, and find out which one requires you to to fly yourself back. That's one expense. The other expense is your room and board. And a lot of people think that room and board is free. It's not. Most of the places, they charge you a certain amount, either $10 or $15 a day. Now, what's the stipulation is, like my company, they charge us $15 a day if we go over 8 hours on that workday. So if we do 8 hours or 7 hours, 59 minutes, or anything less than that, we don't get charged $15 a day for room and board, which is your bunkhouse and the food. If you go 8 hours and 1 minute, then you get charged $15 a day. So anything from, and we're doing 12-hour days, so anything over 8 hours, we get charged $15 a day. So right now I'm at $825 is what has come out of my check since I started February 1st. $825 has been taken out of my check for room and board, cumulatively. So one thing you want to ask is, first of all, how much is it? They should tell you up front. How much is it? 10 or 15 or 8 or $7, whatever. Second of all, if you finish your contract, I mean, First, find out how much it is. Second of all, find out when they charge it. If it's a certain amount of hours you have to do it, they charge it flat rate no matter what, or if they don't charge it at all, find out what it is. And third of all, if you finish your contract, what happens then? Because with my company, when you finish your contract, they give you half of that money back. So if my contract ended today, I'd get half of that $825 back. So if it's been 2.5 or 3 months now, and I still got 6 more months to go, that's going to be around $2,500, assuming we're keeping the same work average hours that I'm doing now. So that'll be, about $2,500. So I'd get about $1,300 back, $1,250 back at the end. So instead of me paying $15 a day, I'd actually be averaging $7 a day. See what I'm saying? So find out, if you finish the contract, do you get any of the money from housing back? Do you get reimbursed anything? So you want to make sure what's covered on quitting versus firing as far as travel back, what's covered versus you paying for room and board, at what hour does it start and how much is it, and find out what if anything do you get reimbursed from after you finish your contract. Because if you don't finish your contract, there's a high probability you're not going to see any money. Like, if I don't finish my 9-month contract, I'm not going to get the 50% reimbursement. Find out when you finish your contract, do you get reimbursed for half or any monies from your room and board, your housing fee. All right. So sounds a little jumbled up, but rewatch the video and kind of get a grasp of what I'm talking about. Some people want to know what to bring because they're getting closer to the date. It depends on season to season. Like, I came in the cold season, so a lot of my stuff is heavy. Sweatshirts, jeans, depending on what job you have, you can wear sweatpants. And I know in the summertime to be hot and humid, so you can wear t-shirt, bring some t-shirts. You're going to want to wear multiple layered t-shirts. You're always going to want to have wool socks. Bring your own toiletries. Most bunkhouses, you have to provide your own toilet paper, or go downstairs and ask the housing manager for toilet paper, so don't worry about that. But you can bring your own wipes or toilet paper if you want. All your toiletries, extra set of glasses or extra box of contact lenses just in case. You can bring your headphones and all that. Don't go crazy with the computers and the laptops. Some people bring them, but you don't know who your roommates are going to be. You don't know how they get down. They might take your stuff or use your stuff when you're not around, or even worse, So don't fall into that temptation. But if you feel comfortable enough, then by all means, bring a lock for your bag. That might solve a lot of your problems. Bring a little bicycle lock for your bag so you can lock the zipper or the clasp so people can't go in your bag while you're at work, your suitcase. You want to bring not an extension cord, but multiple outlet, the surge protector type things. So you and your roommates aren't fighting over a two-hole jack, right? If you got a surge protector with 5 or 6 different jacks, everybody can plug in their electronics. Be nice to share. At least you can get your electronics and 2 other people can jump in if they need to. So bring a surge protector, at least one. You're going to, they provide you with rubber boots. And those boots last about a month before they start to get a crack in the bottom and your feet get wet. You think they're waterproof. They are for the first maybe couple of weeks. After wear and tear, you walk to and from the job, down the street, they start to wear down. You get cracks at the bottom. You think your feet are sweating inside the fish house, and it's not. It's actually water soaking your socks. So now you're mad. So you can go to the marine supply store and pay $130, or you can just go buy your pair of boots now and bring them with you. It's up to you. Or you can tough it out. Like, I never bought boots. I just bought a lot of pair of socks. So I never brought or bought boots. I used the same crappy rubber boots that they give us. And I just switch and wash a lot of socks. So that's how that is. There's a whole bunch of other things that you can bring, but just bring the bare necessities, because you don't want to lead temptation. You don't want to provide temptation for others to be unsavory, for lack of a better word. But you want to be clean. Bring some soap, yo. Wash your butt, yo. What's the matter with you? Soap, toothpaste, mouthwash if you have halitosis all the time. your own little hygiene setup. Um, and the rest you'll figure out as you get there. Some places provide mail. They accept mail at the place. So if you need something, you can order through Amazon and it can go to your job like ours. We can order Amazon or any kind of mail and just have it sent to the job. So if you're there and you see something that you want or that you needed or that you didn't bring, ask HR if you can have something. They might already tell you in your welcome packet, but ask HR if you can have mail sent there. I don't know how remote your areas are, whether how quick mail gets there or not, but that's something you'll have to work out as well. So I didn't want to ramble on too much, but I did want you to be aware of some of your financial obligations, the travel that isn't necessary to them, but necessary to you by me going on vacation. That's necessary to me, but it wasn't covered by them. But I did get approval. They just weren't going to pay for it. So I have to pay. I paid to get home. I got to pay to get back by the end of the month. That's my nickel. At the end of the year, when you finish your contract, they pay to get back. They pay you to get back. Make sure you find out how much reimbursed you're going to get on your room and board. Make sure you find out how much you're going to pay on your room and board if you go over a certain amount of hours or whatever the flat rate is. If it's $10, $8, $7, $15, and if you're going to see any of that back at the end of the year. All right? So, I didn't mean to talk fast and ramble on, but do your due diligence and make sure you find out what's what on your expenses because it can add up. All right? This is Dale Wingo World. I'm in Las Vegas, y'all. I'm going back on the 30th. So I'll probably talk to you again before I get there. If not, I'll see you on the island. Peace.